Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are going to be looking at the Zerk fittings on the front end loader of the Kubota BX36s. I'm going to be working on the trench, my water trench coming up, and I just want to make sure that the Zerk fittings are greased, but mainly also to make sure that the grease is getting through them. So we're going to take a look at them, clean them up, maybe take them out, check them, make sure that they're greasing properly, and just give it a once over. So if that interests you, stick around. So with all of the wood chipping that I've been doing, you can see the Zerk fittings are getting full of junk, and that's not good. It means that there's grease and dirt getting together, and that's going to start wearing down parts. So I'm going to do a bit of a walk around. I also found that this section is really bad for dirt getting on the back of the quick attach. So we're going to clean up that a bit, and like that. That's yucky. And in there. So let me know in the comments what you guys do for your Zerk fittings. That's really bad. So that's out of the edges here. And what color grease do you like to use? I've heard people like to use the red stuff because it kind of matches more, or the orange stuff, or the black. So I think no matter what, it's good to do. Preventative maintenance. I'm going to take that Zerk out and we'll check it out and see how it goes. Oh, must be an 8. And we'll just clean that up a bit. We can send people to the moon, but we can't make a grease gun that doesn't leak. This is a horrible design. I know there's a lube shuttle. I think I'm going to try to get that because this thing leaks everywhere. It's got grease holes and piston holes and just leaking holes. I'm pretty sure they designed it so you lose all your grease when it's sitting there not in use. I don't know if you can see that. It's everywhere. Just garbage. Leave in the comments what you guys prefer for your grease guns. I've also been looking at maybe a Milwaukee powered one because I have a lot of Milwaukee stuff, and for the amount of grease this thing takes, it'd be nice just to use a powered one. But I spend most of my time cleaning all the grease that should be going into the Zerk fittings before I can even use it. And then I have it hanging on the wall and it just drips grease. Alright, so I'm going to stick, I do have the lock and lube on the end, which is nice. So I'm going to stick the Zerk fitting that we took out just in the end, and then I'm just going to give it a squeeze, and we're going to see if grease is coming out. And we do. So this one doesn't have a problem. And just for people who have been watching my channel, I do have a front mount snowblower, and later in the season before winter, we will be changing the grease fittings on those as well and making sure that they work. So now we'll go put this back in. I just want to take a good look in there to make sure that, yeah, there's grease in the hole, so that's good. Okay, so now I'll just put the Zerk fitting back in the end, and we'll reinstall it. And if you have trouble putting the Zerk fittings in a tiny hole that your fingers can't reach, just use a magnetic tip. You can stick it on the end. At least start it. So you can just stick it to the magnetic end. And then it's sort of like the game Operation, where you have to try to make sure you don't touch the edge. That's not working. You can just use a magnet, put it on the end, put it down the hole, and get it started. Now I've dropped it. So to get back in, I just use a pair of needle nose pliers, put it on the end like that, and then you can start it in the hole, just like that. There you go, and don't over tighten them. And then we're just gonna give it a couple squeezes and make sure that it comes out, which it is. I don't know if you can see it in there. See if we can get a better light. There we go. So I'm just gonna go around and do the rest of them. I'm gonna raise the bucket up now and just kind of give some love to those pins. So the reason I did that was because I want these to line up. I want to be able to access the Zerk fittings in here, and same with the ones at the bottom. This is really concerning to me though, and same with all that junk in there. I don't really want to take it outside and pressure spray it, because then you're just pushing water in there. So I will just spend the time and clean them up. So that's mostly sawdust and dirt, and same with all that there. So let's clean the tip out of that, and then we'll run some grease in there. I gotta come in here and clean up the shop, because I keep losing everything. I'm cleaning this Zerk fitting, but I'm not pushing in to get the dirt further in. I'm just trying to scrape the dirt off the top of it. So when I do push more grease in, I'm not pushing the dirt that's in this little cap in further. All right, let's see about some grease. So as you can see, there's definitely fresh grease squirting out of there. When I'm done, what I'll do is I'll right the bucket, and then I'll open and close these so that the grease can move up and down on the pin. I'm going to get the compressed air and shoot all this out. We're just gonna let that build up with pressure. I'm gonna spray this out. That compressor is amazing. I really like having the air right there in the center of the shop. Has a 100-foot hose. We can reach outside everywhere we need to, and I can remove it and take it with us if need be. Great addition to the shop. What a piece of garbage. This is like $13 at Canadian Tire, and it leaks like crazy. Now it's fine. Now it's leaking again. And I'll get these ones down here too. And I'll just get the other side. And while we're here, always remember to do this one because this really affects the drivability of your tractor. Is there's one under the floor pan. So you can see my deck. There's one right here, right between the emergency brake and the rear treadle pedal. There's a small little window, little flap, and there's one right in there. So definitely don't forget that one. There we go. That's the secret hidden one that lots of people forget about. All right, so that is how you grease the front end loader of your BX23s. So now I can put it back into service, knowing that all the grease fittings are done, that they're all working correctly, and they're all getting grease. So thanks very much for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Let the feeling of realization